Hey guys, it's Cindy
Yep.
and Carl, and Cindy's wardrobe change that she told me not to mention. So,
I change clothes every day, just so y'all know.
I change clothes every day. Like in the morning time, from sleep clothes to day clothes. But you do it multiple times more than that. Several times. This is like the 7th outfit we're gonna have to wash. Sorry, California.
We're gonna have to wash.
Yep, we do it together. We're a team. Okay, so in this video, what we want to discuss is...
Me?
No, what's... Yes, we're going to talk about more about
Me.
this wardrobe change.
All this.
Okay,
It's
so
all
what are we going to talk about?
We're still talking about our market's needs.
Talking about our
So
market's
we had to
needs.
make 3 videos about our market's needs.
Our people's. We didn't have to. We choose to. Like, we want to show. We enjoy this. We're passionate about what we do, and we're passionate about the people that we serve. Both those people that click on our videos. We're passionate about you guys.
Yes.
So, the topic is...
Well, I think an important area that has a great need for our market is patient advocacy.
I totally agree.
And in case that doesn't make sense, it's just that someone speaks up for those who can't speak for themselves, or kind of fights a good fight for those who can't fight for themselves, and really make sure that they are getting the services they need for whatever reason that may be.
So you're saying, like, if you have a resident or a child who's being bullied, that you should push them to the side and then you should, like, beat up the other kid?
No.
Like, fight for them? Fight the good
But
fight?
no, I don't want to
Good
fight
fights
kids.
are only fights that you know for sure you can win.
You're
You wanna,
twisting it.
This video is about fighting kids.
No.
And go.
No.
Okay. So, what you're saying is what? Like, clarify exactly what you're
Just-
saying. So let's say that here's the child, and this child needs a little extra help.
Yeah. Sometimes.
What's the options? What are the options?
Sometimes there are children who have needs that maybe haven't been identified yet, because no one really has pinpointed what those needs are.
Right.
And sometimes their parents are very in tune with that. Maybe they have other kids who didn't struggle like that, or they have friends who have kids and they didn't struggle like that. So they're like picking up on these things. And so they start asking questions to their doctor or to their teacher, and they try to find out what's going on. Like, why is this happening?
Are you saying those are options, that they should talk to their teacher?
Yes.
And they should talk to their doctor? And then what? Because here's the thing: is there's not a lot of parents I can tell you that are going to go into the doctor's office and say, this kid's having issues tying their shoes, or this kid's having issues speaking, or this kid. I mean, for some reason, I think it embarrasses parents. They think, well, my kid's having trouble with this, so I'm obviously not a good parent, and that's not true. It's not true. So you have to really take hold of what's going on and tell your doctor and the child's teacher or daycare room monitor person, and say, hey, this is going on. Did you notice this? Are you noticing any other issues? And then what are the options? Like, after you've identified that there is a problem.
So I was in the middle of kind of explaining what advocacy is, because that's what you asked me.
Right.
Okay, so I wasn't finished.
Right.
But yes,
I'd
all
like
that
to-
is
I'd like for you
correct.
to
All that
continue.
is correct. I agree.
Yes.
So even though I kind of lost my train of thought. So there are people who are in tune with those things and can pick up on them. And they are what we call, they will speak up and be advocates for their kids. They will go to the doctor. They will go to the teacher. They will go to somebody and say, what's going on? I feel like something's wrong. Because they're aware. And you're right, it doesn't have anything to do with your parenting skills at all. But some people do feel like it seems like either their child's inferior or something. And that's not the case at all.
Right.
But then there are those parents who just really have no idea. They have no idea that their kid may be struggling or be behind, and they don't know what to ask or who to ask. So then they aren't as great of an advocate for their kid because they just don't know. So that's where therapy comes in, that's where teachers come in, that's where doctors come in to say, look, there's a concern. Maybe we need to get them looked at by therapy, developmentally. How are they doing? So once that happens, I feel like parents then can empower themselves to read more, research more. Don't just Google everything or whatever you call that now when you look things up on the computer.
Google everything.
I'm not trying to plug anybody. But what I'm saying is don't just look it up randomly. Like really find some good, informative articles or find people who know good things. Then you can empower yourself to become the advocate that your child needs.
Can I just say something?
No.
Here's the thing is that if you guys are worried about paying for it, a lot of it is paid for by the state. You just have to qualify. You just have to run through the very little, especially if you consider all the other red tape you have to go through for things. You go through more things, quadruple, 10 times, 100 times more for a liquor license. So
well, I'm glad we have no idea what that requires.
Neither do I just assume.
That's why I said
Google.
I said we, because that means we don't.
Right.
No. But the point is that yes, there are third-party payers who can help you pay for these services. Who, if you have insurance, it may cover some of that. There may be state-funded programs that cover some of that. Yes, you do have to qualify. You have to meet certain financial. What is it called? Financial.
Yep.
Things.
You only make so much, so you probably qualify. Oh, you make too much, you don't qualify.
Yeah, but there are programs out there that can help. There, therapy is provided in the school, and it's
in your
not.
state school,
yes,
public
in
school?
a public school system, and it's covered through your taxes and things like that.
Right.
So.
And that's speech, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. So even if you're noticing that your child's 7 years old and is having issues with their speech pattern, there's a good chance that the state is going to fund that in the public school.
The point is that there are programs out there that you can check into. It doesn't mean that just because you're seeking a certain service that you're going to have to pay for this all out of pocket. And I think that's what you're trying to get to.
Right. I think people are always concerned about that because anything that deals with the medical world is always super expensive and inflated in price.
Yes, I would be super concerned about that, obviously. And the unfortunate thing is a lot of times private insurance pays for the least amount. Yay. And you do have to pull more out of your pocket to pay for very, very crucial services that your family member might need. But they're still, depending on what's going on with your child, there are different programs that you can look into or enroll in. And obviously that's based state to state and probably even city to city. I don't know. Mostly state to state. But,
right.
But it's good to know. I think that an area of need for our market is to encourage people to become advocates for their family member, young or old. Because like I said earlier in the other video.
That you watched before this video.
When I wasn't wearing this. These residents who just end up sitting in their room doing nothing. We need advocates for them that get them out and doing and moving. Some of them may not even have family that can be their advocates. So a lot of times it does fall on therapy or the social directors in these facilities to help.
Absolutely. And we have a lot of people come to our nursing home that sing or play an instrument or whatever, and the residents love seeing that stuff. And
Elvis.
I'm more than we have an Elvis impersonator.
Those are hits in nursing homes, by the way. So if you're looking for a side gig,
he really pulls the old biddies.
And you have an Elvis wig.
He's kind of creepy. Wears a lot of makeup. He dyes his hair black.
He looks like Elvis.
No, he does not look like Elvis. If Elvis had been up for several days and has eaten nothing but Starburst and Yoo-Hoos.
That's what Elvis did.
I'm just saying this guy didn't look right.
He does.
Anyways, but if you're watching it, you're doing a great job at the nursing home, Elvis. Blue suede shoes, hound dog.
The ladies love him.
Yeah, they do. Like LL Cool J. LL Cool Elvis. Ladies love cool Elvis.
The point is that there are people who need advocates. There are patients who need advocates or clients or however we term them. And so another thing that we would like to help with in our community is to really help empower people to be good advocates.
That's right.
And that does come in the form of how do we pay for these services? How do we get money to help our loved one receive the services they need?
It's out there. The thing is that people don't know about it, so they don't use it. It's out there. I mean, literally, it's probably just a little bit of paperwork. And I say a little bit, I don't mean like buying a house a little bit. I mean like a couple of sheets stapled together. And people will drag their feet filling that out. And to take it to the doctor and have it done, and for your child. And there's happens, most of the time you won't get them back because it's just laziness. Don't be lazy. If you're gonna be lazy, don't be a parent. I mean, you put a lot of energy into the conception of the child. Put a little bit more energy in raising the child.
Wow.
I didn't even write that down. Shit like that is just in my head.
The point is that I don't even know what I lost my point on that one.
Don't be lazy. So anyway, you guys have the power. Okay.
I was gonna say, talk to your doctors. If you have questions or concerns, talk to them about your loved one. Talk to the teachers. Talk to anyone involved in your child's life that can offer you some input and some feedback and some advice. And don't be so quick to just become defensive, and don't be so quick to just brush it aside. Like, really take it seriously and talk to the people who might know. It's always worth checking out, right?
Yes.
Because the sooner you get intervention, the better the outcome.
Yeah, everybody's kid's gonna have some kind of problem of some variety.
But that's even for a grown-up adult. The sooner you can intervene, like they're just sitting at home, not moving and doing anything, and they're getting weaker by the day. So the sooner you can intervene, the better their outcome.
I totally agree. You have a parent at home, ask yourself this: can mom get out of the house if it catches fire? If you have to think about that really hard, or the answer is no, then there's a good chance mom should not be at home, or probably needs to work on strengthening, endurance, and things like that. Because as funny as it may sound, once you retire and you just hit that recliner day after day, your body tanks.
You're losing strength. And that's the other thing, is they need an escape plan.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that in another video, escape plan, especially if they go to prison. We've got a really cool blueprint for that. So anyways, we'll stop the video there, guys. This is Cindy.
That's me.
I'm Carl. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Oh, like, subscribe, comment, all that other stuff. And if there's some new stuff we're not aware of, try to do some of that as well, please.
Do those things too.
Yes. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.